welcome back. It's so funny. I was watching my first YouTube vlog yesterday and like all this morning, and I realized, child, I didn't introduce myself. I didn't have no intro. I said, let me just go ahead and do this. And I'm happy I did. Also, last night I was trying to edit it because the very first time I did like a test run, I don't know if I'll ever post that, but I did like a test run. And I did all the editing on InShot, and it was quick. Like, I recorded all my clips, I edited it on my phone, uploaded it from my phone to YouTube. It was perfect. Child, this time I'm trying to edit on InShot, which went perfectly again. Then I tried to download it to my phone and it just would not download because it was like, it's too big, you need more storage. I'm deleting family photos. Don't play. I'm like going through my gallery trying to delete like videos from my phone in order to just go ahead and upload it to YouTube. And I know that there's other ways to do it, but here's my thing. And this is what I keep on remembering. Right now is just doing it. It's just like, don't overcomplicate it, just get it done. If it's like a totally new system that I have to learn, I know me and I know that I'm going to like throw all of my attention on that. And right now I still have clients. I still have to like maintain certain things. Like today, I'm teaching a free webinar to my email list about financial awareness as a beauty and wellness service provider. So last night I was just like, I just want to post the damn video. Just let me post the video. So yeah, I know that there's other ways to edit and upload and save and do all those things, which I will learn all those things. Also, I downloaded it as a, please let this be 3. Yes. Wait, is it? No. Dang. I always do 3 Splendas and a splash of milk with my dark roast coffee. Literally do the same thing. I've tried to venture out and I'm just like, it's not where it's at. This is the perfect, which we'll call it. I already know that I am eventually going to get a camera, and I am eventually going to get like a lapel or a mic, whatever people call it, so that when I'm like far away from the camera, like you can still hear me just as much. So I know those things, but I'm not going to wait for those things to happen for me to continue. So last night I uploaded the video and the resolution was really, really low. It was like 360 or something like that. And I had uploaded it at 4K. So I'm like, what's going on? And so, yeah, I was told that like you have to have YouTube Studio, not just YouTube, and then it'll show you like when the higher resolution is ready to be uploaded or something like that. So this morning I woke up, the resolution was better, but it definitely was not hitting on no 4K. So we're gonna figure all that out, okay? We're gonna figure it out. It's 11:15. Today I have the webinar at 12. It may be an hour and a half. I need to get waxed. I need to redo my gel manicure because now I know what I did wrong, which is crazy because I didn't do that last time. I need to go get a pedicure, and after I get this pedicure, I'll start doing my gel polish change myself. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm going to a new wax place too, so I'm a little nervous. I also finally found like a really good lady to do my brows, and she threads them, so I think I gotta go do that. And then seriously, for real, I need to finish this Business Beyond Material workbook edit so that it is launched like by tomorrow. Last night, like I was fooling around with YouTube. This is why I say I don't want to dive too much into it because I got shit to do. Like my life is still continuing. And I had like a glass of wine last night. I have literally been drinking on the same bottle for days, which is new for me. This year, because I used to be able to drink a whole bottle, and I'm like, let's slow down, okay, let's relax. We know that you can, but do you need to? Do you have to? Now I'm so happy because I'm basically like a lightweight now, and before I wasn't, and I used to like really envy people who were lightweights drinking, you know, like you only need this and you're like, I want to be like that, but I'm just not. Also, y'all, this is last year and this year are the first years of my life that I've ever worn crop tops. I don't know who the hell I think I am, but I love it. I love it here. So there was even before I had my daughter, I just was not comfortable like showing a lot of skin. And mind you, my dad raised me, so he was also like, don't be X, Y, and Z, and guys will think this and all that. But now I feel way more comfortable in my skin. Even before, like when high-waisted jeans came out and leggings, I said, now I'm a baddie for real, because these low-waisted ones was just not hitting. Like even when the high-waisted pants and leggings came out, I was still like, it doesn't cover like my top stretch marks, like this little ring. I want to cover that too. Now I'm like, F all that, because I look good. So F all that. So if you're thinking the same thing, like you gotta hide every single stretch mark, F all that. And I'm not about to suck my stomach in today, because I was like, oh, we gotta work out, Jules, suck it in. No, I'm not, because I'm at home. And even when I go run my errands, so who I'm trying to impress? The stomach gonna get flat, okay? So I'm excited because tomorrow I start my breathwork sessions. So I'm gonna do my breathwork every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. I'm really excited about that because I've always wanted to incorporate that, working out, cooking more, and I've already started doing that, and getting massages often, and I'm already getting massages every Sunday. So throw this breathwork in, start going to the gym. Yeah, we about to be. Okay, I need another splinter because I already know this ain't gonna be it. Yeah, that is my morning coffee rant, and I need to get ready for this webinar. This is exactly why I do what I do. So I did my Financial Awareness and Money Management Simplified Masterclass for free. So it was a webinar for my email list. And y'all, there were people on the webinar that have been in the industry for decades that have never paid themselves, don't really know how to separate their money or manage their money or anything like that. This is why I do what I do, okay? Because people need this type of guidance and especially accountability. I just wanted to insert that real quick. Okay, so I just, it's 3 o'clock. I did my live webinar for my email list on financial awareness. It went great. A lot of really good questions, but also I honestly just like the fact that I didn't have an ulterior motive. Like, I'm not here to like try to sell you on something. I'm literally just like, I want my people to be able to have more financial awareness, especially at the end of the year, so you can go into the new year like goody, so I just booked my pedicure. So I'm about to go get my pedicure done. I honestly don't like going to the nail salon, to be very, very honest with you. That's why I'm like, I need to just learn how to do all this stuff at home. To me, it's not necessarily a self-care thing. It's more like a maintenance thing. Self-care for me is like, I enjoy this, I love this, and after I do this, I feel amazing. And for me, getting my nails done, just like having somebody else do that, I just be more on edge than I am relaxed. Cause I'm like, you cutting my cuticle, I'm feeling it, I'm scared. You didn't scrub this toe enough. Like, I don't know. So I don't really feel relaxed. It doesn't really feel like self-care to me. Massage, absolutely. This breath work, when I started, absolutely. But so I'm about to go get my pedicure. And then after my webinar, I went live on Instagram for the first time in months. Probably like, I'm going to go back and look, but probably for the first time in 6 months or longer. And it was nice. Like, I think there was a time when we were all striving for vanity metrics. So because like people's reels was hitting thousands of views, or because like when you go live at any time, everybody's on there and like your audience just builds easily, or the fact that it was like so much easier to sell digital products like before this year, basically. I feel like we started believing in vanity metrics being like the standard. Like, when I go live, I have to have 30 plus people, or when I post a reel, it should be getting like thousands of likes. But now, to be honest, I am more like, I'm focusing and I'm embracing humble beginnings. Starting my YouTube channel, humble beginnings. Like I'm not trying to like open YouTube and all of a sudden 100 people liked like a video or something like that. I'm not trying to get on Instagram Live and I'm only talking if there's 20 people in the room. No, I am like humble beginnings. I'm just going to have my head down, still be passionate and intentional about everything that I'm doing. And the right people who are aligned with my purpose and what I'm trying to do, they will, they'll come through. So I'm happy that I feel that way, because before there was a lot of pressure about social media. There was a lot of pressure about sales and like hitting certain goals and targets and things that I just made that up. I mean, like I don't have to hit 10K every single month financially. Like I don't have to. I know my surviving number and it doesn't need to be 10K. 10K for me monthly honestly was a little stressful. Like that's when I had 7 to 10 clients. And now I know like my sweet spot is 5. Like 5 clients at a time allows me to focus on like free webinars like today. It allows me to, get other ideas that I have in my mind out. So yeah, also I did not do good today with wearing my rubber bands. I didn't do good today at all. About to put them in. I just ate salad. The last half of the sandwich from Fresh Market, because I bought 2 a couple of days ago. I think I went on Sunday. Drinking my water. I need to be done with this by tonight. So I'm about to go get a pedicure. I'm still scared to go to this new place to get a wax, because my wax lady, she's been in business for a very, very long time, but she's not necessarily close. And her schedule is not always conducive to mine. So I might have to go to a new place and I'm scared. So the only appointment I scheduled today was my pedicure, because I was like, So I'm going to take y'all with me to get my pedicure. I might check back in later. Most likely when I get in the car, because I be having a lot to say in the car and I'll be by myself. Sometimes I'll be responding and I'm like looking around like, did anybody hear me respond to myself? Anyway, I'm about to go. These potatoes. I already ate some of the salmon. Okay, so it's Thursday. And as you can see, yesterday I did go get my pedicure. It was good. The thing is, I got a French tip on my pedicure for the first time because my friend said that, if you get French tip, it looks like your nails last like a very long time. Now, mind you, when I get a pedicure, I always get regular polish and my pedicures last a month. So I don't know why everybody says that like they will never get regular polish because it just like messes up. But mine's never does that, because when I get a pedicure, I don't have anywhere else to go, right? So just remember what I just said. I don't have anywhere else to go. Usually when I get a pedicure, I stay there, not even that long, to be honest. I stay there until it's dry enough. I put my flip-flops on, and then I'm just mad careful like the whole day. So my pedicures usually last 30 days basically, or longer, my polish. So yesterday I got the French tip and then I don't know what y'all be doing, but I got the French tip with the pinkish tone clear polish. And I don't know how I feel about that. But I do like the French tip, and I like the concept of even when it grows out, it looks like it's fresh. So I love that. But the thing is, I pulled up to this wax spot that I actually went to years ago. It's one of those wax by Andrea. and it's closer to my house than the other lady that I used to go to. And I felt bad because the other lady that I went to, we worked at the same salon suite, and so she had her wax studio there, and that was I think my second salon suite. When I had a double salon suite, like the owner let me knock down a wall and everything. So my salon suite literally took up a whole hallway. But anyways, so she was there. And so when we both branched out, I opened my storefront. She opened her storefront. Like we just, kept in contact, and she's been my wax lady ever since. It's just inconvenient. A lot of times when I get waxed, as of like the last couple of times, she just missed some spots, and I love her to death. Conversations is always on point, but I feel like it's getting a little sloppy, and it's probably because she's ready to retire, because I know what that feels like. So it's that, and then it's also, like I said before, our schedules are not always lining up. So I went to Wax by Andrea, and that was the very first place I've ever gotten my wax. And I remember the first time I ever got my wax, child, I was holding on to that lady's arm and everything, and I was like, please don't sue me for harassment, but I was not expecting this type of pain. So I went there. So the thing is, because I wasn't prepared, I was about to go to Kroger, and then I was like, oh, there's a wax by Andre here. I used to go here. And then I decided to go there. I messed up my pedicure. So yeah, I messed up my pedicure, but I'm never the type of person, like, I'm just not like how some people are with their nails. Like, oh my God, my whole day's ruined. Like, no, child, I'm about to go get some white polish, because I have nail polish remover, and I'm just going to remove the part that I messed up and put some white polish on it, put some clear over it, and we good. It's really not that big of a deal. But so that happened. And what's so funny is, like, when I was getting my wax, the girl was so personable. She was funny. We hit it off, like, really quickly, like literally within the first minute. I made her laugh, and then she showed me her personality. And she was telling me, oh, I gotta sneeze. I hate when that, it's like your sneeze hears you say I gotta sneeze, and they're like, I'm gonna wait for you. So yeah, she was telling me that the manager approached her at her normal job, which is bartending, and was like, you have a great personality. Would you be interested in, like, waxing and working at Wax by Andre? And at first she was saying no. And then the lady the lady came in again and asked her. And I think my wax lady is young, because she just seems like younger, like in her 20s. And I say that because I'm 33, so don't come for me. But she seems like she's like 25 or like 24 or something like that. She was like, yeah, like, I'm used to working 2 jobs, and I'm used to bartending, like, late at night. So since she said that I can do that in the morning to early afternoon, I was like, cool. So she says she went to a 3-day workshop by Andrea herself. So the founder, owner, all of that, CEO, 3-day workshop, and she was all like, Andrea is going to make sure you get it, like, that day. Like, if it seems like you're not getting it, she's going to make sure that you get it before you leave, before the workshop is done. And she was like, she told me the day that I was going to start waxing, and, like, we kept that date. Like, she's very, very to the point. I was like, I honestly would love that type of what's it called, like, education, like hands-on education. Like, I would love that. That's my style. I'm not trying to be learning how to wax for 90 years, So yeah, she told me that story, and I was like, that's so dope. And she just started waxing in January, and it's September, and she was on point. Her timing, I feel like I was there for 30 minutes or more, and usually my wax takes 15 minutes to 20 minutes. But, her cleanup game, 1 point. I just hope that she stays there, because she was like, yeah, I'm just figuring out what else I want to do. And I was like, I love that, because do as many things as you want. Like, tap into any passion. I don't think we all should just be, like, picking one career and sticking to it for the rest of our lives like our parents did. Because my dad has been doing floors since he was a teenager, I think younger than that, and he still does, like, floors now into renovations. He just turned 60, so, and he'd be laughing at me because he's like, what do you be doing all day? Because I tell him I work from home, and the concept of that, he's just like, what? He be calling me at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just eating. I'm done with work for the day. And he's like, wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I got my wax on 10. The lady was good. And when I got home, my daughter came home. So we chatted it up. She was missing some assignments. I said, don't play with me. You need to get these assignments in. I'm not super strict with, I had a call. I'm not super strict with, like, my daughter has to make A's and B's. And if you know my story, you know why. Like, school was difficult for me. Like, it was difficult for me, but more so it was difficult because I knew that if I did not do good, I would get in trouble. And that concept to me just, for one, it didn't seem fair. For two, it made me very anxious on learning and being tested on what I learned. And it made me discouraged with, like, you know, am I the problem? Like, am I slow? Like, what's happening? But it was really, like, after I learned, after a while, it was the test taking that really got me. The test taking and just thinking that you know the information is asked of you in different ways, and then, like, your perception of questions are different. So anyways, I'm not like a super stickler with my daughter having to make A's and B's, but she makes A's and B's anyways. But I am, however, a stickler on, you need to apply yourself. Like, don't be going to school and just not turning work in. Like, that's just being lazy. So you need to actually apply yourself. You need to be doing these worksheets, taking notes, like all of those things. Oh, this is a cute couple in front of me. I usually, like, always notice the woman first. She's beautiful, but the guy is actually cute too. So yeah, projects and things, I'm like, we need to actually, like, get this together, do it right the first time, and there is really no excuse as to why you didn't do this before. She has a lot of autonomy, so she, I think she's just like, I don't know, child. Oh, that is a huge bug. This is the problem with parking under trees at the new apartment. There's a huge bug, like, on my window. So yeah. So anyway, got home, talked to my daughter. She did all of her assignments last night. We started on her Spanish project, which isn't due until, like, later next week. And then I chatted it up with my friend, and I gotta tell y'all about, like, some of the stuff that we've been talking about, because I do feel like it's like, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, or whatever, if you are actively, like, growing, if you're actively, like, putting in the work, you know, to reach your higher self, or tap into your spirituality or whatever, or just understand yourself, heal. The conversations that me and one of my best friends be talking about is, like, I feel like everybody's talking about this. But let me go get my coffee from Einstein's, and I think I'm going to do a bagel sandwich, and then I'm going to come back and let y'all know. Okay, so me and my friend was having a conversation. She is basically, like, newly single and taking on, like, tapping into just who she is, like, healing from you know, past traumas and all these things or whatever. But the biggest thing that I was like, oh my God, I'm just proud of you, is taking on challenging conversations with people, or just challenging growth moments. So, of course, like, in the dating scene, like, so many people that I know that have, like, always been in relationships are single. And it's like their first time, like, y'all get out the street in the middle. I wish I could show y'all these people. Anyways, I don't have anger issues when I'm driving. What are you talking about? No, I really don't. So, dating, right? Because I don't know. I still feel like I'm newly single, even though I haven't been in a relationship for, like, the last 2 years. And then before that, I was in a relationship for 6 years. And then before that, I dated maybe for a year, like dated around. And then I was with my daughter's dad for 4 years. So we're always talking about like how, for one, the dating pool is interesting. I'm not going to be negative. It's just interesting. Dating in Atlanta is interesting. Dating in your 20s and 30s in Atlanta is interesting. And also just being on the market, like newly on the market, when you have kind of been the same person in your last relationship for so long and haven't possibly like grown personally like a lot in that relationship. So when you meet like these new people, I mean, girls and guys, like when you start dating like a new girl or a new guy and they are exposing you to conversations that are triggering to you that you didn't even know were triggering to you, you either can be like, I'm not about to do this with you because you're not worth it. Or what I was telling her was, if there is any sense of maybe you need this challenging conversation, or maybe you just need someone in your life, not to challenge you, meaning like they're always debating you, they're always like trying to trigger you, not like that. I don't think that that's healthy, but more so like someone who continuously opens your perspective, your mind, like to new ways of thinking, or to just someone else's perspective, basically. So, the guy that she's dating right now is just prompting really good conversations and thoughts, in my opinion. I told her, to me, just listening to what you're saying, nothing seems like a red flag. Nothing seems bad. And just the fact that you're like, is this worth it? It's worth it. Because if it was a guy and it was not worth it, you'd be like, F him. Like, I don't have time for this or whatever. But if you have to question, like, you know, he challenges me, but I don't know if I want to be challenged. Like, is it worth it? There, in my opinion, unless he's just doing you wrong or again being toxic or whatever, there is a reason why you know, people that we encounter end up mirroring what we're going through, what we have gone through, or where we're trying to be. Like it just happens that way. So we had a really good conversation about like how to assess those conversations. Because you can think about like, what is the person's intention on asking me this question, or bringing up this topic, or just like being so comfortable saying very controversial statements, right? And that can be the first step. So assessing. And I was telling her, like, the first thing should not be taking it personal or thinking that the person did it on purpose or triggers you on purpose or whatever. The first thing is assessing and even asking. I'm quick to ask somebody, like, what was your intention behind the question? Because you should know that. You should know what your intention is if you're going to ask me a question. Or what was your intention in bringing that up, or your intention on sending me that. Like, sometimes my friend and my little boo thing be sending me stuff, and I'm like, what do you want? Like, what are you asking me a question? Do you want to know my point of view? Like, are you telling me you like this? Like, I kind of need to know, like, your intention on what you're giving to me, because I'm very careful on what I'm exposed to and what I curate, like, in terms of what I expose myself to daily. So I'm definitely not on guard, but I'm definitely like aware of what I'm taking in and why. So anyways, we had a really good conversation yesterday, and I feel proud of her, because although these are challenging moments and you easily want to go back into your cocoon of like, this is just who I am, or this person should have known better or whatever, it's like the challenging part of relating to another person, that part gives you growth, like, in your life. Even if you don't know it, like, you end up growing, you end up being like more understanding, you can see things from a million different views, you're a little bit more empathetic, you grow mentally, like your mindset shifts the more that you actually listen to people to understand and not listen to just like respond or to prove your point. So I say all that to say, challenging conversations, I've had my fair share of them in the last year. dating the guy that I'm dating, and he is just like he prompts really good conversations, and he also asks really good questions and wants to dive deeper into my answers and things like that. So for me, it's just seemed like I was always challenged, and I had the same thought at the beginning too, like, is it worth us having these hard ass conversations every week? Like, do I want all that? But I do, because I asked, like, I prayed for growth and for me to be aware and for me to choose the right people in my life that will allow me to ascend to my higher self, like all of those things. I asked for that. So with that comes people in your life who have really good intentions, will love you to death, but that will challenge you. So that was that. After that, I cooked. It was good too. I made like some barbecue salmon. I've been cooking all my salmon in the air fryer, and it has been on point, chef's kiss. I made some balsamic spinach last night, and it was really good. Like I had made, and then I made sauteed potatoes, but I made the sauteed potatoes in the pan, and then I took the potatoes out, and because I put olive oil and butter in the potatoes, the pan was still like pretty greased up, basically oiled up, whatever. So I just put the spinach right in there, moved it around, it wilted, and then I put a little bit of honey balsamic vinaigrette on it, my dressing, and it was so good. I've never done that before. I was like, I need to do this more often. And but yeah, barbecue salmon, balsamic spinach, and then sauteed potatoes. And then after that, I did not know that Love is Blind had like a part 2 of the reunion, meaning like the year after they've been married. So I watched that last night, and I love watching stuff like that. I love social experiments, just to see like how people think and how they interact with each other and like how they grow from like where they started. So watched that, had a glass of wine last night, and I had a night last night. And this morning I had my first breathwork session. So I was so excited, but because I had some wine last night, I was tired this morning. Like, I was like, oh my God, let me show up though, you know? So I had my first breathwork session, and she was telling me like the first one is more information, and then like she's kind of introducing me to breathwork at the end. So we did a few exercises, but again, I had already taken her, I didn't take her class or anything, but she has like a segment in this thing called Connected Camping, where they basically take like adults out camping overnight. It's really dope. I've been twice. So she does her breathwork session there at that event, and I've been exposed to it, but this time it was just like one-on-one. So first I learned a lot. One of the things I learned is like inhaling and exhaling correctly will release 70% of the toxins that you take in just from breathing alone. I did not know that. I did not know that like when you learn how to do proper breath work, it basically like maintenance your lymphatic system, your digestive system, and she says something, circulatory system. So I didn't know that either. And she was just explaining like all these things, which is why when people start breath work, like their appetite changes, their sleep improves, like they can break habits and addictions, like because it's a whole bodily change, but it's also like a neurological change. So that was interesting. And then at the end, we did some breath work, and she asked me what was challenging, and I was like, first of all, it's drizzling, and I'm like 2 minutes from my house, and this is one thing I hate about not having a garage, but I better not get this suppressed messed up. She asked me what was challenging, and I was like, one, I feel like I never can take a full breath. I feel like I never get to the entire peak of a full breath, and I've felt that for years. For two, I don't feel like I'm doing the inflation and deflation correctly, and I already forgot, child. I'll tell y'all next time, but I already forgot what she said. She was saying like only breathe through your nose, your mouth is for eating, And when you breathe in and out, you want to inflate on one and deflate on the other. But she was saying everybody does it the opposite way. So I'm just assuming that I was doing it the opposite way because that was the comfortable way. And it was very difficult for me to do it the way she was asking me to do it. So I don't know how we out here breathing wrong, but that's what we doing. She was telling me that she's just used to hearing, like, you know, the things that people are struggling with. So that's that. But yeah, the session was an hour. I'm going to be doing breathwork every Thursday at 10 a.m., 10 or 11. I don't know if I need to change it because Thursday is my off day. So I'm like, do I want to have structure on my off day? Because that's my thing. I'm trying to not make my life so rigid. Because I really be having structure with like everything, and I kind of want to go with the flow with some things in life. But I don't know. I'll see if I'll keep it Thursday at 10 a.m. For now, we have 2 other sessions booked at that time and day, and I'm going to keep that. And yeah, today I'm off. I'm going to relax, possibly watch some movies. I've been missing my Marvel movies. I've been missing like my Disney Plus. So I think I'm gonna get that back because I watch Disney Plus more than I watch Netflix, to be honest with you. And I be on people's vlogs on YouTube more than I'm on like actually watching TV. So we shall see about it. But I may vlog a little later. And if not, then I'll probably close out this vlog. Yesterday was the day that I announced my first vlog, and I got so much love. So in the first day, I got 47 views on my first vlog, which I was like, again, like I said before, humble beginnings. I'm taking all of that. And I started with 5 subscribers, and I think I have 12 now. So yeah, I'm ecstatic about not having these like super high expectations for my channel, and just like loving the journey of it, to be honest. Like just enjoying it and sharing what I want and not making it all these rules and all these have to be's. So yeah, I'm in my neighborhood, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.